Michael died, and so the tables are sort of turning. Instead of Michael being on in place of Zach, Zach has come back. He survived.
The ovarian cancer surgery was a success. I no longer have ovaries.
He has testicles now.
Yes.
The doctors actually found out that Zach, in fact, did not have ovarian cancer because he did not have ovaries.
Yes. But in light of the news that I do not have ovaries, I've decided to return to the podcast. I have brought Wilson to my own house.
Yes.
And if you hear anything different, that's because it's not outside or the podcast studio. It's my home.
Yeah, if you hear a little clacking sound, it's Zach's 6-inch toenails clacking together. He's clacking them on the table like a disciplinarian principal.
Yes, it is. It's simply it's a stress reliever. We're recording this. It's the 1st of December. In my house, I have maybe a foot tall Christmas tree. It's looking pretty swaggy, if I say so myself. Last year, it was like mine and Cynthia's first year spending living together and everything.
Yeah.
And around this time, around Christmas time and stuff, we both were like, wow, it kind of sucks living alone in the winter. Whenever you have no family or anything to see every day. So we kind of just burrowed in the house for the entire month, and we just watch movies and stuff. That's how we spent Christmas last year. So, but this year I'm trying to be a little bit more proactive. I wanted to surprise Cynthia with tickets to the Nutcracker because she's always wanted to see that. And so I found one, and whenever I went all the way through it and got to the checkout, it was $170 for just the two of us. And I was like, I don't have the money to do that right now. So I had to think of something else.
So Zach pulled out his pink testicles and was like, I'll crack my nuts for you.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't do exactly like the play did, but I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't crack. He just squeezed him until he passed out.
Yeah, exactly.
He squeezed him, his head turned purple, and he passed out.
Yeah, so that's the sequel to the Nutcracker.
The Nutcracker 2 Lost in New York.
Yeah, exactly. Did you get a chance to check your Spotify Wrapped?
Oh, yeah, I did. I took a gander at it.
Yes.
And I looked through it again live on the pod.
Yes. You might want to turn your volume down for the copyrighted
I'll play
music.
it straight into the mic. It won't matter. Here's the thing. I'll sort of sing over the song as the song is playing. They do play music the whole time, so it is going to be a whole process.
Very well. Oh, it's begun.
But what, I don't even know what that is. Oh, maybe just because the connection is poor, it'll cut in and out. Okay, it says it's asking if I'm ready to get into the thick of it, but it's just continuing on even though I'm not. So
yes, it will not stop for you, Wilson.
If 2021 was a movie, I was the main character.
Nice.
And what's a movie without a soundtrack? That's true. I am the main character. I'm kind of important.
Yes.
Intergalactic by Beastie Boys is my opening credits.
Nice.
Theme. It's loading slowly loading the second part.
We have 20 of these. I think we're just on the third
Yeah.
one.
In 2021, you did what you had to do. Oh, it said something. Okay. It's just, I spent 14,000. Oh, no.
No. It's all loading on one.
It's playing the audio again. Okay. Well, that just showed a bunch of albums or something.
Yeah.
Oh, while everyone was trying to figure out I have to see that again. While everyone was trying to figure out what NFTs were, you were playing one song on repeat, and that was Intergalactic by the Beastie Boys. Yeah, I was not even interested in NFTs. This is a real NFT.
Yeah.
Beastie Boy, that's a real NFT. But that wasn't the only song in your rotation. Oh, let's see. Intergalactic 2020, ME, Them Changes, and Forgotten. That doesn't mean anything to anybody listening to this. That doesn't even mean anything. You deserve a playlist as long as your skincare routine. Dude, I do not take care of my skin. It is black, blue, and falling off. It is dry, peeling off like a... I don't know, like a thing that peels off. It's peeling off like a banana.
Yeah. A lot of
Wow.
cool.
Oh yeah, this is just a picture of blurry colors, and it says
it tells you
my top music moods are happy and innovative, which is strange. And I just remember it was playing Them Changes. That's what it was playing. It said that, which is not a very happy song. I listen to 44 different genres, which that doesn't mean anything. I don't know what a genre is. I don't know what the neo psychedelic, chamber psych, indie rock, new rave, and indie garage rock.
Why is it so like?
I don't know.
It's
Squishing them up. Okay, I have to tap the false statement. The podcast I binge listened to the most was Cumtown. Comedy was your number one podcast topic of the year, and your number one. Okay,
it just told you automatically.
Okay, well, the Cumtown one was true.
Okay.
Would you have gotten it if you were my BFF? You're my BFF. Would you have gotten that?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I would see Cumtown and just be like,
there was one podcast that lived rent free in my head all year, and it was Cumtown, and that's 6,400 of my 14,000 minutes.
Yeah,
it's Cumtown. It lived in my head rent free.
Nice.
And yes, it's totally normal to consider your favorite podcast host a member of your family, which is especially weird for Cumtown.
For Cumtown, yeah.
My top artist was Madvillain, which is strange because none of their songs are in the lists. 76 minutes. So,
nice.
I mean,
you're a big fan.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of. Yeah. I found a lot of love this year. My top artists: Madvillain, LCD Sound System, Gorillaz, Soft Hair, and Jamie XX. I don't even know who Jamie XX is. I don't know what of his songs I've listened to. I don't know who he is, but I guess I like him.
Yeah.
Thanks for making us a regular part of your totally irregular year. And this is just the same thing in just different cool colors.
Yes.
My top, yeah.
All right, now I got to do mine.
I'm willing to bet that you have a lot more minutes than I do.
I have a fuck ton.
Because the thing is that Spotify, I was listening to more music in the first half of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And then gradually I've discovered more and more podcasts to fill my day with. And so that's why I listen to more right now.
Yeah. See, I don't listen to a lot of podcasts, a lot of different ones. I just listen to the same one every week, and each time it's an hour long. So
I'm eventually going to run out of backlog.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I'm just going to have a few podcasts that upload every week.
It does suck because whenever I listen to Super Mega, I have to wait once a week.
Yeah.
So but it's worth the wait. So for my 2021 Wrapped by Spotify, the year was anything but normal.
That's true. Facts.
I am not
Spotify gets it.
Ready to get into the thick of it.
Oh, that's a TikTok thing.
Yes. The Wrapped is here. And action. If 2021 was a movie, you were the main character. And what's a movie without a soundtrack?
I thought I was the main character. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Well, Spotify, finally
It's
hypocritical.
a fucking Cities by Throttle. It's a Rocket League song.
There's an anime boy.
Yes. He looks very happy. The song playing as you face off against your rival dance crew is Baby Be Mine by Michael Jackson.
Wow.
That's fair, I guess.
I guess that's a moderate, there's a feeling.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
The song playing as you defeat the ancient vengeful spirit is Be Nice to Me by the Front Bottoms. In 2021, you did what you had to do.
You fucking masturbated. You gooned out hours at a time.
I spent 36,000 minutes listening. That's 87. That's more than 87% of America. Okay, so we got Are We Still Young by Grant, Chasing Clouds by Bad Computer, which those are like dance music songs. Be Nice to Me by the Front Bottoms, which is emo. Baby Be Mine by Michael Jackson, and Woman by Doja Cat. And that's fairly diverse. It's a lot more diverse than I thought I was going to be. My colors are what the fuck? Multi-dimensional mode?
Oh yeah. No. Mine did that too.
Oh,
It did
okay.
that too. You're not special.
Oh,
Oh, yours
okay.
is orange.
Orange?
Mine was pink, which just kind of pissed me off because that's kind of a lady-ish color.
Yeah, mine are bold and happy.
Wow.
Interesting.
Those are definitely the two. Is it 2 words that describe Zach?
Yes.
He's bold and happy. Bold and brash.
Yes. I listened to 94 different genres this
Wow,
year.
that's twice as many as me. Okay.
My top genres: Midwest emo, pop punk, lo-fi, meme rap, and gaming dance music. That tells you a lot about me. I listened to 49 episodes of Super Mega Cast for a total of 3,000 minutes.
Well, that's the one stat that I have you beat in.
Yeah,
I listened to like 100 episodes of Come Down.
Oh, I can tweet at them and say thank you.
Yeah, it means so much.
Yeah. When it comes to podcast listening, you're a bit of a pro. My top podcasts: Super Mega, Cream Crew, Cold Ones, Chapo Trap House, and Poopcast 3000.
Holy shit.
I don't care, Spotify. I don't talk to you.
Spotify,
right.
I don't care.
To whoever's listening, I just told you everything about that. So
Yeah, Zach Shore just bared his soul.
yes,
He bared his whole to all of us.
whenever I was recovering from ovarian cancer, I listened to the other podcasts and everything, and it was a pretty good podcast and everything. I liked it. It was a completely different vibe than I kind of anticipated it to be, but I think that was fun about it because the whole time I was listening to it, I was like, if I had the chance to say something, it would like make my day, you know, because it just a completely different like perspective of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So, Michael, if you're listening, I want to talk to you.
I just want to talk. I just want to talk.
It's not that big
Jack's
of a
just
deal.
pulling out a big BB gun.
Yes.
So I would try to record another podcast with Michael, and it didn't. The audio thing didn't work out. I'm probably actually going to have to call the company to get one of the transmitters replaced. But I cut like most of it out. I recorded like 2 hours, and I cut it down to like 25 minutes, and it's not up on Spotify or anything like that. It's just on the YouTube, and it's called How the Grinch's Bones Shrank. There's some funny bits in there, but just because of the audio, I didn't want to, you know, just listening to it is just not enough, I don't think.
Yeah.
But one of the parts that I cut the most from is that, like, towards the end, and obviously there are a number of problems. For one, there's the problem of the birds.
Oh, really?
Michael's birds, just the whole time, were just chirping up a storm, and it sounds like a little fucking smoke detector going off. So like that was one of several issues, and you know Michael spent like a long period of time talking about how he like tortured and killed frogs and
Yeah.
squished them to death and like put them in his pockets and stuff. I mean, it's pretty great. It's pretty great. But towards the end, Michael and I knew this would happen the whole time because whenever I got there, his TV was set up. YouTube was on his TV, and I was like,
we gotta pause.
YouTube's gonna be coming up at some point. He's gonna start showing me some YouTube videos, and lo and behold, he did. And Michael turns to me and says, "Have you heard of Black Rifle Coffee Company?" And I was like, "Oh, from the Kyle Rittenhouse thing, right?" He's like, "What?" No.
Oh, no.
And he just really likes the Black Rifle Coffee Company YouTube channel, and he likes their ads. And I mean, I can give you sort of an idea. There's sort of like 2012 YouTube. It's sort of like in the vein of like Dude Perfect.
Oh yeah.
Or like, I mean, not like the same vibe as like Dude Perfect or like the fucking one where they eat a bunch of food.
Food Battle. No.
No, not Smosh Food Battle. Fucking the one where the fucking dude just eats until he gets.
Oh, Nikado
No,
Avocado?
not
Okay.
him.
I'm running out
the
of
fucking
ideas.
the people, the Epic Meal Time.
Oh yeah. Duh.
Yeah, that was sort of the vibe. And what it was, like, one of the ads, for instance, was a guy, and there's a guy fishing, and another guy comes up, and he's drinking a cup of coffee, takes a sip, flies off into space epically.
Yeah.
And He like flies into space. He comes down, splashes the water, comes up. He has a fish in his mouth, spits it off into the boat. And he's like, got a fish, and here's some coffee. And that's one of their ads. Another one of their ads, I mean, it's ads. They're also sketches. They're little sketch sort of ads, sort of Geico, Geico Gecko doing a goatsy. But like a bunch of them just had like girls' ass. Like they just like down, and it's just a girl's ass. It's a small cubular blonde lady's ass.
Yeah.
Shaking from side to side as she walks to drink coffee.
Nice.
And one of them, there's one where it's ninjas that are waking somebody up. And like it's like, there are better ways to wake up than a bunch of ninjas beating you up and waking you up. And like that's the bit of the podcast.
Yeah.
Not the podcast. That's the bit of the show, the bit of the ad. But there's my favorite of them is this one where some hot babe, you're following a hot babe as she is drinking coffee. It's like an advertisement where she's like drinking coffee. It's yummy. It's tasty. And then she's like, uh-oh, and her stomach starts grumbling. And she runs into the bathroom and takes like a big diarrhea dump into the toilet. Christ. And it makes all the sounds. You can hear it echoing off the sides. And it's like, that's just like, back. Yeah, just wanting to like see a dramatization of some hot babe taking a big poopy.
Jesus Christ.
And they also had a series on their channel called Veterans React.
Huh.
And they just reacted to literally anything. It had nothing to do with them being veterans. It's just veterans react to Hereditary. And they were like, if I was there, I would fucking shoot her. If there was an intruder in my house, they like reacted to what was it? One of the ones where fucking people are breaking into people's houses and messing with them and stuff. I think it's like the Stranger or something like that. And they were like, I would have a gun and shoot them in the head. If I were there, I would have used my gun in order to kill them.
I mean, that's fair.
I mean, it's true, of course.
Yes, the veteran, that's all he thinks about in his head.
Well, they're Black Rifle Coffee Company as well.
Yes.
So they're always thinking about, like, shooting a person.
That's true.
Like, I'm just imagining a fucking intruder breaking into their, like, $200,000 house, like, in the middle of some fucking gated neighborhood. Like, yeah, a person's gonna break into your fucking house. Like,
see, we actually... at my job, we sold that coffee for like maybe a month, but like it didn't sell for like a month, so we just never restocked it. So
yeah, it's just.
I think they need to work on their advertising.
Maybe it's just shitty coffee. It could just be shit.
Like if it's because it's not even like coffee grounds. It's like a gas station coffee because it's all in a can. Like it's like a 12-pack of like little cans of like Red Bull sized. Drinks. Oh, that's what the kind of coffee it is. So
yeah, that's just like not worth.
It's not worth like the not $20 for the case it was.
Yeah,
but that's interesting because I saw that brand and I was like, I've never fucking heard of this company. This won't last long, and it didn't. But it kind of makes sense whenever I hear about their advertising choices.
Yeah. Well, then they did the Kyle Rittenhouse stuff.
Oh, they did?
Did I thought that because whenever I said that, I assumed that you already knew.
No,
because like that's what they're known for. They're known because they were like they'd like had like a photo op and stuff with like Kyle Rittenhouse. They're like, look at this fucking cool cat.
I saw a video on TikTok of a person working at Taco Bell and Kyle Rittenhouse walked in, and he took a selfie with him.
Dude, they should have just sent him to prison like that. Like his
He's
life is
die
fucked.
On the street.
Yeah, somebody's gonna beat him to death. Yeah. Like that's.
Well, that's not even true either because he was at that Taco Bell and he has a bodyguard. So, like,
yeah, he just gets a bodyguard because he fucking. Now you don't have to shoot the people.
Yeah,
now
they'll do it for you.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna move the little thing.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, I don't think it's a problem, but just in case.
I'm gonna move this just a bit closer so I can lean further back.
Yeah, you're good. Okay. This is a sort of a relaxed episode. We're both lean back.
Yes.
Both lean back. Our legs are spread 20 feet apart.
Exactly. But, yeah, I guess we could talk about Kyle Rittenhouse, but...
I guess that did happen. That is news that occurred.
It was very interesting because, whenever I went up to see Cynthia's family and everything, it kind of naturally just came up.
Yeah.
But, they were talking about it, and her foster dad and mom and everything, they're very much about like the laws of it.
Mm-hmm.
So they were saying like it was interesting because they were saying it was self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, but he drove all the way out there, and they were like, yeah, I think he should have been arrested for taking a gun across state lines, which, you know, is a felony.
Yeah, they're like this
But
very legal perspective.
yes, exactly.
Which, I mean, I think that it is technically true. Like, I do think that, like, he was technically, like, it did count as, like, self-defense or whatever.
Yeah, but it was, but the fact that he was acquitted on everything and, like, literally taking a gun across state lines.
Yeah, I mean, there was, like, a bias there, of course.
Yeah.
With, like, them not being able to refer to the people they killed as, like, victims.
Yeah.
Like, stuff like that, which is wild.
Exactly, but eventually the conversation was turned towards my way, and I had, like, maybe, like, 5 or 6 people looking at me like, what do you think about it, Zach? And I was like, I think he should have been arrested because it's very obvious what his intentions were. You know, you can look at the case and just be like, oh, yeah, it was self-defense because they came after him. But it's like, there was a video that came up that wasn't used in the evidence because it was before the, like, the time frame of where they could use their evidence. And it's a video of him, like, recording people walking down the street of, like, black people. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to kill you. Like, boom, boom, like, acting like he's shooting them in the head and stuff. And it's like, yeah, I'm sure if that was put into it, it would look much worse for him. Yeah. But he'd still probably get off on it, you know, like he'd be free.
I mean, yeah, it's just like, fuck. Like, it doesn't, the thing is it kind of doesn't even matter, like, if that was necessarily his intention. Like, it's, if you're in a situation like that, you're supposed to leave. If people are mad at you, if people are, like, aggressive, you go. Yeah. Like, that's an insane thing about, like, the way that the sort of system, like, it works in such a way that, like, there's, like, no responsibility put on, like, anybody to just leave the situation and, like, not escalate it.
Exactly. Something that, like, in my mindset, which it probably isn't the best, but, like, I guess in certain situations for me, I feel like a lot of people need to realize that they're, like, kind of, like, nobody, you know? Because I feel like, because, I mean, like, whenever you hold a firearm and stuff, you have a responsibility. And, like, I'm sure, like, if you've ever held a firearm, like, you understand, like, oh, this is a weapon you need. Yeah. And I feel like what that does is it gives people, like, a superiority complex of, like, do you understand, like, what I have here? Like, this is a weapon. Like, it's taking everything in my fucking power not to take it out and shoot you, you know? But, and I think that's, like, that's how people think now with firearms is, they think it's okay to shoot people. Their friends or something, like got a gun, you know? Yeah. So then they buy a gun, but they never, like, during that span of time, they never learned, like, the responsibility of a firearm, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think that a lot of them, like, know, and, like, probably on some level they performatively care a lot about, like, gun safety and stuff. Yeah. It's just, it's not really a safety concern with them so much as it is, like, they want to, like, be a
badass.
Yeah, and kill a person.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I was going with the superiority complex was, they have the gun, and I feel like they just want to use it on someone.
Yeah, that's absolutely, like, nobody who went there with, like, a gun didn't kind of want to.
Exactly.
It's just only a dumb fucking kid is actually able to, like,
get away with killing someone.
Probably, like, no-fap.
Yeah.
Some, like, 17-year-old no-fap kid goes to a fucking protest. Like, everybody, lots of other people, lots of adults are fantasizing about shooting people there. Yeah. But he's the only person who's doing no-fap and is 17, so
he's got that mental capacity to do so.
Yeah.
I feel it's probably not the best thing to do, but, like, I tend to look at people, like, are a lot dumber than they should be.
I think it's, like, conditional. I think it just is like, people are change a lot depending on what situation that they're in.
Yeah, that's true.
But, like, I think part of it is just the consequence of, like, people not really having any agency over anything. Yeah. And so whenever something. I mean, they don't have any agency over this, but it's something that is easy to envision changing. Like a guy who did a bad thing going to jail is an easy thing to like imagine happening. Like that could happen.
Yeah.
He could have, like, you know, it didn't happen, but like it could have happened. He could have gone to prison.
Yeah,
but like on the other hand, if you look at like a lot of even just base level, like very like rudimentary, like police reform, like that seems virtually impossible by comparison. And so you focus on like something where it's technically possible that this could happen, and you get mad because this was a thing that was supposed to be like possible, but like no, not really, not in this circumstance.
I didn't think of it like that.
But like you're just mad about, but it's still like not. It's just not significant.
Yeah, that's true.
And I mean, also like, I don't know. I also don't feel like even in terms of like this like justice thing, like I don't think it does any good to like just send a kid to prison. Like, of course, like you went there and you wanted to kill a person, but like, I think. I just don't think that that's like a good solution to the like if that's the ultimate solution to this, and this thing is like this huge ordeal, and like the ultimate solution is just to put somebody in a box forever. It's like you're not solving the problem. It's like whenever people talk about like how the fucking, you know, government's supposed to solve problems, it's always lock people in a box forever or kill them. Yeah, like exactly. Those are the two options. There's a two for every situation. Those are the two options that Kyle Rittenhouse had in his fucking stupid little lizard brain. He's like, okay, well, the two options that I have for dealing with these people is to kill them or get them arrested. Yeah, those are the two options. Any conflict, you know, that's why people aren't fucking like. That's the reason why guns are like such an issue in particular is because, you know, that's how people think of the problems. These problems where it's either go to an authority or kill the thing. Yeah. And so if they have a gun, then they'll kill it. Like that's the way that you're sort of taught to think about that stuff.
So here's a thing that I was just thinking in my head really quick. And we could probably dissect it. What if, okay, this is like stupid. What if in school, and obviously it would never happen. Yeah. But like, I feel like I wouldn't be opposed if like conservative like politicians and stuff, they made it a law to where in school, like you have to take a required gun safety class because it's an amendment right. So you, at some point in your life, I'd like to believe a person in America is going to like become like come into contact with a firearm. Yeah. So you need to like learn how to be able to use it correctly and stuff. So if they're so worried about it, then actually fucking teach them how to use it. Don't leave it to Grandpa Willie to like shoot a shotgun at a tree and be like, all right, kid, now you do it.
I think that could like potentially, because I guess that would help to some extent with like certain narratives. I think just the main thing is that I don't think guns are really like a self-defense tool. I don't think that people conceive of them primarily in that way is kind of strange. Like you don't think of a bow and arrow as like a self-defense tool. It's a sport. Yes. Like it's a sport. It's like a, you know, you can hurt yourself really badly if you do it, but like you're not some fucking superhero because you could shoot a bow and arrow. Yeah. You're not a superhero because you know how to do a thing. I don't know. I think
it's just, it's easy to say it's a self-defense weapon because in the instance of self-defense, it can be used as that. So,
I mean, so can your epic bow and arrow.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it's kind of like, that's your easy scapegoat if someone says like, that's meant to
and
kill
also
people.
Like half the people fucking saying this are never going to be in a situation like that in their entire fucking life.
They're more likely to have
these upper middle class like shitheads like, I'm going to need a gun to shoot a person who's breaking into my... No, he's going to break into your fucking house, you fucking idiot.
Quite literally, my old boss, like I told you before, like he had like maybe 500 guns. Like he had an entire like building that was like the back half of it was like a gun safe, and it had like sliding doors, and like there'd be pistols like hanging out, and then like they would move and like reveal like a bunch of rifles and shotguns. And like as a kid, you know, I'm like, oh wow, I play Call of Duty. It's like the same gun I play as, you know, and like I get to hold it and stuff. But this man had a firearm. Like, so let's start with his car. He had one right here, in this compartment, and then in the glove compartment, like 3 separate firearms, you know. In his house, he had one in every single area of his house. In his living room, he had one in a desk right here. He had a thing that was holding a shotgun behind his couch. His bed, same thing, just pull behind him and there's a shotgun. He had a pistol in his drawer, and I'm just like, you're just asking for like some stranger to come up to your house, and then you're just like, it's wartime.
Yeah,
like no intentions. Just it's time to kill.
Yeah, they just want a situation to develop that like allows them.
Yeah,
because like they spend so much time like fucking training with it. It's like they want to do it for real.
Exactly.
They want to kill a real person.
But they're too pussy to go to the military and actually do it.
Yeah,
that's how that guy was.
If you want to kill if you want to kill brown people, just join the fucking military.
Yeah. They'll find a way for you.
Yeah,
but
maybe people, maybe this is more for people who are less able. They can't make it into the military, and so instead they turn their house
get
into
off their kneecap.
Yeah,
like that one fat guy with a fucking AK under his belly flap, and he lifts it up. It's a classic, but yeah, because like it was funny because Cynthia was always like, because for me, I wouldn't mind having a firearm, because the self-defense thing, and then also like if anything does happen, you know, but like I'm not the type of guy like with my bow and arrow, right? When I'm at the house, I've probably only taken it out of its case maybe once or twice just to check it. But like, I'm not getting out and like inspecting it, like putting an arrow in it and pulling it back, you know, but like
shooting your dog.
Yeah, exactly. But like those guys probably like,
I mean, they just
go through there and like, oh my God, look at the way it does this. You know,
I mean,
just
it's like their hobby. Like it's like a super significant, like it's like all that they do.
Yeah, but it's but like there's no need for it, you know. It's like they're trained that this is like a super serious weapon, like it can kill people, but they go playing with them still, you know.
I mean, I think honestly, like I feel like under most circumstances, if you have a gun and its primary use is like self-defense, then you probably shouldn't have one. I feel like if you have a gun and it's because you like going to like a shooting range and shooting shit, or like you like going hunting, like to me that seems like a reasonable, like it's not unhealthy, because like otherwise, like okay, I could even see having a gun for self-defense, but if your gun is mainly for self-defense, then it definitely shouldn't be a hobby. Your hobby shouldn't be imagining situations where you can kill a black person.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that shouldn't be what your hobby is. Last night, was it last night? Yeah, I was at my girlfriend's place, and I decided, I was like, hey, you know, I've never watched any Big Mouth, so let's take a gander at the first episode. And I was kind of shocked, honestly. I didn't think it was like as crass as it actually is. Like they show a child's penis.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I guess they can just do that. I guess that's just a thing they can do now. And then there's the hormone monster, and he's like, fucking jack off your little boy dick. Yeah. Come on this
you
child's leg.
Child
come. He's like, let me take you to the bathroom and suck on your child penis. It's like, wow.
Did you just watch one episode?
Yeah, I just watched the first episode, and at the beginning I was like, at the end of the episode, these two characters are gonna make out. Yeah. And then they did, and I was like, wow, I'm a smart little guy. Smart little fellow.
Do you intend on watching more?
I don't know that I will.
Yeah, because for me, I think I watched the first season, and whenever I watched the first season, I was alone in Alaska,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean like obviously like
That's a
Troy
vibe.
and his mother was there, but
Mm-hmm.
I had my own igloo to myself, and I thought, what better way of freezing my ass off than to sit on a couch and watch Big Mouth
Yeah.
by myself at like 3 a.m. So that's what I did. Was I stayed up all night and I watched like the first season of Big Mouth, and like it was like very crass, like you said, and everything. But like I kind of like just took it and was like,
Yeah.
maybe there's something here.
Mm-hmm.
And towards the end of the season, there kind of is like an overarching story plot,
Yeah.
and then the season ends, and I'm like, okay, that was pretty nice. I wonder what the second season is. And it was just the same stuff. And I got to the point to where I was just sick of it. Because,
Yeah.
like, I mean, I'll laugh at a dick or butt joke any other time of the day.
Yeah.
But
I'll
like,
laugh at a little boy's penis.
yeah, exactly. But, like, if I'm sitting there for 30 minutes an episode watching, like, little children, like, dance around naked and stuff. Because,
Yeah.
like, there's a whole episode like that of, like, two naked girls and, like, a bunch of old ladies, like, dancing in a shower. And like they do a singing musical part and everything, and that's whenever I turn it off because it's like,
Yeah.
it's one thing to make a joke,
Yeah.
but for me, it's another thing to just have a bunch of naked people just running around. You know, like
Yeah.
you can only look at that for so long without being like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
So, I feel like I'm not the only one that respects your decision to not watch past episode 1, but like. Every time there's a new season and it pops up on Netflix and he's like, we should watch it. And I'm just like, I can't take it anymore. Like, it's just, it kind of was just too much of just like, it wasn't funny humor with the child penis. It was just look at the child penis and laugh because it's a child's penis. And that's like, I can't do that, you know?
Imagine if the voices were actually children.
Yeah.
Or they sounded actually like kids. That'd
That'd be
change the
terrible.
vibe of that show a lot. You know, it's like you do something like that, and it's like, man, if I was if I was like a weird right wing guy, I
Yeah.
would definitely be thinking about the liberal pedophiles. That's
Yeah,
what I'd be-
exactly.
like. It's not good. I mean, especially because there are just a lot of pedophiles in Hollywood and stuff.
Well, I mean, it's
To like have a show about that, like it's
Yeah.
one thing if it was like, I don't know, it's just like it's like not, it's kind of not funny enough
yeah.
like to warrant what it's doing. Like because
Exactly.
the only joke is just you don't expect a kid to
To show you his
ejaculate into the camera. You
Or-
didn't see that coming.
Or you don't expect a kid, like a girl, to put a mirror up against her vagina and then talk to it. Because that's a whole thing.
Don't expect that.
So
Don't expect a talking vagina, talking child's vagina.
I think at the end of that season, I'm gonna spoil it for you, so
That's
I hope you
fine.
don't care. But like the end of the first season, I think the funniest joke, and it took all fucking season to get there,
Mm-hmm.
was the character with the glasses. He thinks he's gay and everything
Yeah.
throughout the whole episode, and it, like that, his whole character arc is like exploring sexuality and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and like, okay, like he dances with Freddie Mercury and stuff in one episode, but then he becomes a porn addict, and
He's
it gets,
gooning.
yeah, he gets so bad that he gets arrested by the government for looking at illegal stuff, and but he gets released for some reason. I don't remember, but it was just that was the funniest thing.
I
in the
like
show.
the idea of like a child getting arrested for looking at child porn
Yeah,
and that being a
exactly.
plot, like also like just the meta of
Yeah.
like that being a plot of a show written by like adult people where the person watching child porn is actually sympathetic.
Yeah.
And, like,
Oh no, he's just like me. But I
have a
watched an
child's
interview.
soul.
I watched an interview with the creator of that show, and he looked like a coomer. Like
Nick Kroll.
he had
Imagine
very
being named Kroll.
yeah, he had very bloodshot eyes, and like he was very like, yes, I really like comedy. It's very funny, you know, like just like very like upfront,
Yeah, he looks like if
hyperactive.
Jimmy Kimmel didn't sleep for like a month. He looked like Nick Kroll.
So that's just Jimmy Kimmel's alter ego.
Yeah.
This is what the left doesn't want you to know about. But I keep seeing Let's Go Brandon stickers at work. Someone literally on their well, this is just backtracking at this point. Uh,
I don't even know it.
who is Brandon?
Who's Brandon?
I gotta look this up because
Just...
he's one of these people. Because I was like Kyle Rittenhouse, but that's not even it. Oh, I have to pay rent today. It's the 1st.
Oh.
So it is quite literally nobody important. It is just a euphemism for saying fuck Joe Biden. The origin of the meme go back to October 2nd when race car driver Brandon Brown won his first NASCAR series race and was being interviewed by NBC reporter somebody. In the background, someone in the crowd can be heard chanting, "Fuck Joe Biden." Though Savast says, you can hear the chants from the crowd, "Let's go Brandon." So it's literally just like a bunch of hillbillies watch NASCAR.
Just fucking say, fuck Joe Biden.
Because you'll make the liberals mad. The liberals don't watch NASCAR.
It's this weird thing where like it is always this weird thing where like the conservatives will always be like liberals or get mad. But like you don't care about that. That's your whole thing.
Yeah.
But they're always like I remember one of my friends was like
is it all right if I vape in my own house?
Yeah, okay. I don't mind. But the fucking Mormon guy that I just told you about.
Yeah.
Like he was like I was like, yeah, Trump probably should have acted earlier on COVID. And he was like, well, if Trump tried to stop immigration or stop trade or whatever, everybody would call him racist. And it's like, he's not supposed to give a shit about that. Is that not the reason that you like him?
Yeah.
Why is this suddenly now a game of like catering to fucking liberals? It's like you don't care about them the whole time. And now that now that you can use it as a fucking stupid excuse, you use that as an excuse. You're like, you're being nice to them for some reason, because you don't want to put fuck on your fucking car.
Yeah,
because you're too much of a fucking
because
pussy
your boss
to do
is
going
to see it at your
your
gas
fucking
station
boss
job
is going to see
you.
that and think that. I mean, not even that. They'll just fucking be embarrassed. They'll fucking have to talk to somebody about the dumb shit that they believe.
You have to go to HR, tell them like, that doesn't represent our company.
Yeah, you can't like fucking park in the CC's parking lot where you work and walk in with the fuck Joe Biden sticker on your car.
Yeah, but I feel like the conservative like sphere has finally realized like, being edgy and mean makes us look really fucking childish and no one listens to us anymore.
Well, no, okay. The reason why I think if there is a shift, which I don't know if there is a shift, it's just because like Trump is not in power.
Yeah,
anymore.
so they're just
like that strategy overall doesn't seem to have worked that well.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it has. I'm not sure. Like some elements of it are there to stay, but
yeah,
I do think like this sort of edgy nature of it, and that's just because a Democrat is in power, and so it makes sense that they have to be a little bit more like, oh, we got to work with them. I mean, and by work I mean that in like quotes. It's like they need to be like slightly more respectful, so the Democrats will just do what they want. You know, because that's all the Democrats just care about. Like, are you nice? Were you nice?
Are you nice?
Could you politely ask for me? Can you politely ask?
Can you
if you politely ask, I will
voting
rights
for
black people.
I will bomb Iraq, but you have to see gay rights.
Well, they don't care. They'll bomb Iraq anyways. But what they won't do is, let you get away with, redistricting things in a way that advantages you, unless you ask them nicely.
Yes, exactly.
We'll let you fuck us forever if you just ask nicely.
Yes. One thing I wanted to say on the podcast was Wilson continually shows me like where the viewers are for the podcast and everything.
Yes.
I don't know if it is possible, but if you are listening and you hear this part and you can comment, just tell me your exact geo coordinates.
Michael's like, if I saw a talking manatee, I would kill it.
I would kill it. I would shoot it with.
I would shoot it with my bow and arrow. I would squish its eyes out of its head. I would slam it against the concrete and then pull its eyes out of its head and squish them like grapes. That's what he did. That's exactly what he described to me that he did to a frog.
I mean, I cannot say that I am exempt from cruel actions against animals, because I think one of the worst things that I did, and like it was me and my brother, so we're all responsible, but we found a frog. I guess exempt from hurting frogs. We found a frog and we like followed it, and we followed it like a long way, like all the way down a hill and like through a field and everything. And obviously it kind of probably got a little bit tired and was like, well, if I die, I die. Yeah. So it just stopped moving and just kind of like just froze. And me and my brothers were like, we got to find your home. Keep showing us where you're going. And the frog is like, obviously he doesn't know how to speak English. So he's just staring into the field. And so me and my brothers are like, this thing needs to move. So we started kicking it. Like, it really wasn't like hard kicks. It was just kind of like a, you know, whenever like something's on the ground and like you pick it up like with your foot and just kind of like, we did that for a little bit. And then our mom came down to the field. Was like, what are you guys doing? We're like, we're following this frog. Look. And like we start kicking the frog and we got screamed at. We had to go inside into our rooms. And she got like an old coffee can and like took the frog and like threw it in a pond, or like carefully put it into a pond. And we were taught that hurting animals is wrong. That did not stop us from butchering one of our horses because we were hungry. Yeah, we were like, well, I want a horse burger. But that's just a fact of life. Life on the farm, as my dad always said.
And life gives you frogs.
Kick them. Kick them across the field.
Kick them.
But
I was mean to dogs.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't remember if I cut it out or not of the Grinch bone shrinking. But I was whenever I was a small child, whenever I was like real little, whenever I was learning to walk, I learned to walk by like grabbing onto the back of this old dog named Sar. And you know, that's cool. I mean, I like dogs, but I was just quite rude. I would pull their hair, punch them.
Oh, no.
And I would just antagonize those dogs. And, you know, for the most part, I have very few negative repercussions. Also, my grandparents had ferrets. I might have picked me up some of those. I might have hucked a couple ferrets.
Oh, no.
In my youth. Yeah. In my spry, young, sort of youngster days. But finally, everything sort of caught up to me.
Like, I was shit.
A small child.
Yeah.
My dad had a black Labrador named Daisy. And I was quite rude to Daisy. Daisy did not like me so much as a result. Now, I probably was not fully aware of this. I was maybe like 4 or something. And so I decided I'm going to give Daisy a little kiss. And so I waddled up there, up to that Doge's face, and I tried to kiss her on the mouth. And she opened her mouth real big and bit me on the head. Oh, no. Bit me right on the face. And I was just a squalling, screaming, bloody mess. There was blood running down my face.
Oh, really?
I have a little scar right here. There's a little notch between my eyebrows and my nose. I have a couple other tiny little boys, but that's the most noticeable one. And then they had to give the dog away to some people on a farm, which maybe they did. Maybe they just put her down. Yeah. I hear that and I'm like, man, that could just be a lie.
Yeah,
they might have, but I don't think so. I think she was a good dog, except for that I abused her, and so she bit me on the face. Yeah.
See, I was told recently that apparently I didn't like cats or dogs whenever I was younger. I don't like cats. I've never liked cats. Their eyes, they have different motives than any other animal, you know. So I've never liked them. There's a story in the family that I was like maybe like 3 or 4, and I walked out of my bedroom, and just sitting in the middle of the hallway was our cat named I think his name was Fritz, and Fritz is like this really black cat, and he was a dick. I never liked him because he always like attacked me.
Yeah.
So I see him in the hallway, and he scared me so bad that apparently I passed out, and like I hit my head on the wall. So like everyone comes running, and I wake up, and like my grandpa's like shaking me awake, like wake up, and so that happened. We had a dog named Spanky, and we had to give him away because he was just a complete dick.
Yeah.
Like we had to keep him. We got a new dishwasher, so we had like the giant box.
Yeah.
And we would put him in the box so he would leave us all the fuck alone, like even my mom and dad. And like there was a point in time where it was like right before school, and like me and my brothers were like dicking around and everything, and like we see he's in the box. So we're like, "Hi, Spinky," and like looking at him and stuff. And then my brothers fucking grabbed my legs and threw me in the box with Spanky. Oh, no. And like Spanky started like jumping on me and like trying to bite me and stuff. So like I've lost my shit, threw the box over. Spanky runs out and starts attacking my brothers. And this whole time, my mom had gone outside to like turn the car on and like heat it up. So she comes back inside to like 3 kids screaming and like a dog running around losing its shit on us. And like, and we got in trouble because obviously the only reason Spanky got out was because of us. So I think that's
Spanky out of the box.
Yeah, so that's why Spanky had to go. But I've had a lot of dogs in my life. A lot of them died, but that's just kind of how it goes. Whenever you like live on a farm and you just bring the dog in and just see how long it lasts. But
I will play my little game with the dog.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's like we always like took in strays from like off the street. So the first one was Rex, and he was a German Shepherd. And whenever we moved to our house that we lived in for years, apparently like the first or second night there, like bringing Rex, he was killed by a pack of coyotes.
Damn.
So that was tough. We had a really scruffy dog, and he was probably like a stray since like he was a puppy. And his name was Bully Bully. He looked like what was that movie? Was it Beethoven with when Tim Allen turns into a dog?
No. That is fuck, what is that one? Fuck, I don't remember. Beethoven's the one with the big floppy. The one with the big floppy mouth.
Well, you know, the Tim Allen movie with the really
shaggy dog.
That's what he was, and we called him Bully Bully. He got ran over by a car.
Fucked up somebody's car probably.
Yeah. And then the other dog we had was we named her Sweetie, and she got Porvo and died. And that sucked because you ever just be like minding your own business as a kid sleeping, and like you wake up to like a dog like yelping, and then like it just stops because it died, because that's what happened.
That's terrible.
It was. I was like a little kid, and like I didn't want to get up because I was like, I don't want to watch this dog die.
Yeah.
But like I knew it was dying because it was sick. But like I could just hear like my mom and like my dad like talking to the dog, like, it's okay, and it was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So I think I like cried myself to sleep after that because I was like, fuck. And then like I woke up and like me and my brothers all like meet up in the kitchen to eat breakfast, and we're all looking at each other like, yeah, that happened last night.
Yeah. And
then my dad comes in and like, Sweetie passed away last night, and we all like looked at him like, we know, like, but so yeah. Nico's doing good though. My current dog with Cynthia.
Yeah.
He's a bit skinny, but that's just because he's a little shit and doesn't like to eat. Do you have any pets, Wilson?
Yeah, I have pets.
Like dogs, cats?
Yeah, I got dogs. Some dogs. They run around stinky. Yes. Smelly. Perhaps. A little bit silly. Yeah.
But they're my home. They're my family.
I call them my fur babies and let them crawl inside of my tummy.
I got a new manager at my fucking store, and to get to know me, she was like, do you go to school? And I was like, no, I'm a bona fide college dropout. And then she was like, oh, that sucks. She's like, she didn't know what to think of that. So I was like, I got you. That's me. I have a bad habit of every conversation I have with a stranger being a cock measuring contest on like, how can I outsmart you?
How
Or
can
like,
I trick you? How can I
how can I-
tangle you into my verbal trap?
yes, just verbally abuse people. But then she got to the topic of like, do you have kids? And I was like, no, I'm 20 years old. I don't want kids. And she's like, oh. And I was like, but I do have a dog. And she's like, oh, you have a fur baby? And just like wouldn't shut the fuck up about a fur baby. And she's like, I have 3 of my own and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, that's cool. When are you going to start yelling at me to do stuff, you know? But she does that now. And it, like, my job sucks. I guess the Poopcast audience can find out for me, I guess, because I don't know if I told you, but I'm trying to become a firefighter.
Wow.
Yes. I just, because I'm like, I really don't like being inside all the time, because like some of my best moments of me working were whenever I was outside doing something.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm just like more attuned to the outdoors, but I don't want to like slave away as like a contractor and just like haul bricks around and stuff. So then I was like, firefighter, you know, that sounds fun, because if I am to become a firefighter, I want to go into the wildfire divisions and just like jump out of a plane in the middle of nowhere and fight a fire, because like that sounds
Jump out of
fun.
a plane with a gun.
Yeah. So yeah.
I saw Red Notice.
Is that a movie?
Yes, it's a film. It is a Netflix film starring Ryan Reynolds,
And Dwayne the Rock
Dwayne
Johnson.
The Rock Johnson, and Gal Gadot.
I
as
saw trailers for it.
3 master thieves. It was honestly, it was just really boring.
Yeah.
Like, it was just exactly what you expected. There's a point in the movie where like Dwayne The Rock Johnson is chasing down Ryan Reynolds, and like he corners Ryan Reynolds, and Dwayne The Rock Johnson has a jacket on, so I was like, huh, nice jacket. And then Ryan Reynolds immediately followed up by saying, huh, nice jacket.
It's funny.
And it's just absolute poopy garbo.
Yeah.
Like, I wish it was Free Guy. I wished I was the whole time I wished I was watching Free Guy.
Yeah. One movie I watched on Netflix, I wish I fucking remembered the title and the main actor, but it's something called like The Forgotten or something. I'm sure you would find it. It's got some big actor that like I don't care enough about, but Cynthia knew who it was.
Yeah.
And it's just a 911 call operator, and like it's just an hour and a half of him doing one call, and it's very good. It's a very suspenseful movie. I recommend it to anyone because I enjoyed it, almost pretty much all of it. So it's a pretty well made movie.
Oh, you know a movie that we did see?
What?
We saw Dune.
Oh yeah,
And we did. It's been like we saw it like a month ago. But we just didn't talk about it at all.
Yeah,
because we haven't been
recording and then holidays. Yeah, we saw Dune. Everyone went. It was me, Wilson, and our girlfriends and everything. I beforehand smoked weed because I was like, I've always wanted to do that, just because like I always wondered what the experience was, and I was like, I didn't smoke any until like I got into the parking lot, and I was like, I really hope that I don't have a bad experience, because I've never like been high in public.
Yeah,
it's a very like private thing for me, because like I don't want to act like a fool. But I didn't even smoke too much either, but
yeah,
it started kicking in like right about when the trailer started. And then pretty much most of the movie, it just made me kind of just like enjoy it more, I guess.
Just vibing with the...
Pretty much. Like every time the music came on, like I was just like, that's all I could hear, and like I was just focusing on stuff. Like I said at the theater, my favorite part still is the worms.
Yeah, worms.
Just the perfect the perfect tension is a giant worm coming at you.
It's really like a story as old as time. Tremors.
Yes.
the worm from SpongeBob,
Yeah.
the worm from Beetlejuice. Lots of worms, really. The more worms,
The more worms, the better.
the
in
more
this world.
squirms.
It was. I haven't been as
Mm-hmm.
immersed in a movie like that since the fucking Maze Runner Scorch Trials movie. Whenever I was like 14, I'm not even kidding.
That's such a funny.
Because like
I'm just like imagining like a review on like IMDb. Like,
it's like,
this movie was fantastic. I haven't been this enthralled since Maze Runner.
Yeah.
Scorch Trial.
exactly. But I don't know, because with a lot of film. Oh, is it recording?
Oh yeah, no, I was just checking.
Okay.
Just out of paranoia.
Yeah, no kidding. It's very I'm very big into show don't tell,
Yeah.
simply because like I wonder, it's more enjoyable to me.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that Dune did it, yeah, it did have a lot of exposition,
Yeah.
but it wasn't explaining what it was, you know.
Yeah.
It was like,
It'd be hard.
yeah, exactly.
The old 1984 one. At the beginning, there's like 3 scenes
Mhm.
where there's just a big wall of exposition.
Jesus, that would be terrible.
I mean, it's a fun movie though. I
Yeah.
think that the 1984 Dune's still fun.
I ought to watch it some point.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah, but
Very different.
yeah. So, but it was, I guess, I don't know I don't know how to put this into words. I guess if you throw enough money at something, well, like I guess they didn't have to throw it. It was just a very big production movie.
Yeah.
But they just hit every spot right, you know? Like I couldn't find anything wrong with the movie. Probably the biggest qualm I had with it was the fact that it ended and I had to wait for the next movie to come out, you know,
Yeah, it
because
does
I
end
just
like
enjoyed
very
it.
abruptly too.
Yeah, it does.
Like it's just, and then the line at the end is like, "This is only the beginning."
Yeah.
Which is pretty funny.
So,
I have a couple of. I think so. Are you familiar at all with Denis Villeneuve?
no.
Okay. You've probably seen a couple of his movies. He in order of the movies that I've seen that he's done, he directed Arrival, Annihilation, and Blade Runner 2049.
Okay.
And of those,
All movies that I want to see, just haven't seen yet.
I think Blade Runner is the best of those and this and Dune.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dune is like there are some parts that like I guess they didn't strike you, but there are a couple of moments that sort of struck me as sort of weird, and I think one of them is like they're in like the Thopter. They're about to be dropped off into the desert. The Harkonnens are going to kill him and drop him into the desert. And just the way that they talk about the voice, like this is such a it's a very nitpicky thing.
Mm-hmm.
But like the way that they talk about it, they're like, you have to change your pitch or change your tone. And it's one of those things where it just sounds sort of like nonsense. Like it just sort of sounds because they're just saying things that would relate to how somebody's voice sounds. But like it doesn't feel like it should apply. It feels like the way, and like also, you know, Paul's about to try using the voice and his mom's like, don't do it. It's too risky. And it's like, they're going to kill you and drop you into a desert. Like, I don't know why she would do that. Like the characters in the movie are pretty smart, so it's like it's a weird line to have.
Yeah, that's probably just like AAA movie tension, you know.
I also wonder like if there's any like because it does just assume like it shows a lot of things and it just sort of assumes that you'll be able to catch on, and like maybe it was just something to help like get people watching like from like test audiences to remember back. She's like, you're not ready yet, and that would of course call back to the scene at the beginning, and maybe like people just would have forgotten because it's like 2 hours into the movie.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
true.
But that could be part of why.
Yeah,
but yeah, I honestly think it could have been longer to develop some of the side characters because I read the book and saw the '84 movie before seeing this, and so I saw this at home I saw Dune at home first, and because I just finished the book, it felt like it was just so fast.
Mm-hmm.
But watching it the second time, it's a little bit,
Yeah,
because I just knew what to expect.
Yeah. See, Cynthia saw that it was on HBO Max, and she watched it like in bed on her phone, which kind of, I was like, if you're gonna watch it, you ought to go into the living room. And she was like, no, I'll just lay in bed and watch it. And that both made her think, A, it's a good movie to enjoy it while watching on her phone, but also B, the cinematic experience is probably the best way to watch it.
Yeah.
So that's what I was trying to tell people at work. Like, if you're going to go see this movie, you have to go see it in theaters.
Yeah.
It's like the only way. And they're like, it was too boring at the beginning. There wasn't enough action. And
I don't
was
want
like,
to. I don't want a worm that big on a big
Yeah.
screen. Oh,
because like, I guess like they just need to have instant action to like kind of get into it, I guess.
I should have watched Red Notice instead.
Yeah, exactly.
That begins with an epic car chase.
Ah.
Actually, no, it's just there. It just starts with cars driving real
Yeah.
fast, I think.
Yeah, it was funny because I told Jacob, I was like, yeah, I finished watching Dune. It was really good. And he was like, my favorite part was when the city was getting destroyed. And I was like, my favorite part was when the worm was coming after them, you know? It's like very different things. Which, I mean, like when the city was getting destroyed, I won't lie, it was cool. But I also went and took a piss like right before it started. So
Yeah, that's
I was
true.
kind of like, it was funny because like, I told Cynthia, like, I have to pee. I'll be right back. So I was high. So I was kind of like more worried, like, oh shit, I'm about to piss myself.
Uh-huh.
Other than like what's about to happen in the movie.
Yeah.
And Cynthia's like looking at me like, what are you doing? No, you have to stay. And I was like, no, like I gotta go. So like they were just talking.
Yeah.
And then I
The
fucking-
movie. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and-
noticed that. I was like, oh, Zach's not gonna know what's going
Yeah,
on.
exactly. So like I went to the bathroom and like I came back and like it's still quiet. So I'm like, oh great, they're still in an exposition. And I walk up and the king is lying on the ground stabbed. And I'm just like, oh fuck, what did I miss? And then like the doctor's talking to him like, yeah, you only have one thing I need you to do before you die. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then like all of a sudden like explosions and stuff start happening. I just sat down and I was like, okay, I need to like get back into what's going on.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if that skewed my perspective of like the siege part, but like it made it more interesting for sure. But whenever the worm just stopped fucking moving in front of them, that was a pretty cool scene. But I wasn't very interested in it because I was like, oh no, what's gonna happen? They're gonna get eaten by a worm? No, there's fucking 3 more movies coming up. So that's always my problem with like movies that are like serialized like that and they have multiple like movies. Is that beforehand it's gonna like the story's gonna continue.
Yeah.
So like that kind of like short-term tension, it doesn't hit the same for me simply
Yeah.
because like in my back of my head I'm just like, oh, it's not gonna like I wonder what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I don't enjoy the movie. The entire movie I enjoyed. I enjoyed whenever Timothy Chalamet killed a black man at the end of the movie and then they ended the movie, really setting the precedent of what the second one's going to be about.
Yeah. He's gonna kill more black people.
Yeah,
He's gonna,
exactly.
like-
But my other thing that I really liked about it was the music.
Yeah.
It wasn't too extravagant. Well, it was extravagant music, but like I guess it wasn't complex.
I mean, it was very just like mood. It
Yes.
was like made. It's very much a soundtrack. The
Yes.
David Lynch Dune. It's more like they have like more clear like themes like in the music and stuff. It's also pretty good. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But whenever you're under the influence of marijuana and you hear like a lady going, like for like 5 minutes, you're just like, this is the coolest shit ever. You know, like I really enjoyed it because I enjoyed music anyway. So
Yeah.
at the end of the movie theater experience, I walked out knowing I spent my money well and it was a very good movie. I'm excited for the next one.
Yeah.
It's just got to come out. That's what I always hate about going to see movies
Yeah.
like that is I'm like, I have to fucking wait. But you will hear about it whenever I see the second one. So
You will hear about it. I will be screaming. I'll be screaming. I will be
I will
screaming about
be-
the worms.
I will be videotaping it and recording it and posting it on to the Poopcast website.
Yeah, the David Lynch version is like 30 minutes shorter than the one in the theater, and it also tries to do the whole first book instead of just half of it.
Oh.
So it's incredible. It's very condensed,
Mm-hmm.
and they also focuses on like really weird things, and they all have inner monologues and stuff. It's wild.
So, do you know if the movies are gonna do all of the books or just the first one?
I think the idea. I think what the director wants is to do the first book and then the second book, which is Dune Messiah.
Mm.
And there are books that come after that. I don't think he wants to do that, but I have a feeling that if the three movie, like if he ends up getting to make all three of the movies and they're successful, then probably
We'll have to do it.
there will be like, I don't know, they'll probably have like a show or something on like HBO or something to cover.
Probably, yeah.
Because I'm like listening to the books right now, and I'm like halfway through the third book, which is Children of Dune, and things do shift up a lot. But yeah, it's quite good. There are things though that are like especially with like the third book, because now it's like this weird thing where there are like kids that have a bunch of different people's lives inside of them. I mean, it's like interesting to read and like listen to, but like I don't know how you would even begin to communicate that in a film.
Yeah. I read... What else? I read all the Harry Potter books, but then again, everyone's read all the Harry Potter books at this point. You haven't?
Nope. I read Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid, read.
I remember I read Captain Underpants.
Yep.
And then I read Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and I was riding in the car with my mom, and I turned to her and I said, you know, honestly, Diary of a Wimpy Kid's better than Captain Underpants.
Blasphemy.
I mean, I hate to say it. If if Diary of a Wimpy Kid, nobody would disagree with that statement if Diary of a Wimpy Kid had animatics.
That is true.
If Diary of a Wimpy Kid had an animatic of Greg Heffley punching Manny,
or
stomping
Fregley.
on Manny's fucking head,
Or
and
Fregley,
he
like,
flipped the page.
Fregley stroking his cock at the mailbox.
Fregley stroking his cock down to his ass and slipping his little pinky in.
Yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say. They're still making Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. They're still making Captain Underpants books.
Yeah,
so what am I saying?
Well, Captain Underpants just feels like, there's 500 Captain Underpants.
Yeah.
But Diary of a Wimpy Kid, it was like, that's complete.
Yes.
There was like, they did the 4, and it was like, that's Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
I think
and
there's
they
like
did 5, and it was like, oh, that's cool. They did 6. It's like, okay.
I think there's 15 now.
Okay, and it's like 7, 8, 9, 10. It's like, dude, stop it. Stop making more Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Well, because
when is he gonna be a wimpy guy?
I think he's got to graduate at
man.
some point. He has to.
And no, he's just gonna get up to all these crazy antics.
Well, yeah, that's true, because I think he's realized, like, I have way more to work. Well, no, because they had a summer book.
Yeah.
Like the third book was a summer book.
Yeah.
So, but there's another summer book where they go on a road trip and Manny gets a pet pig. And that's like a whole bunch of antics for that book.
There was like a whole fucking the whole pig arc.
Yes. The pig arc was very tough on Greg's mentality, but you got to respect it.
Let's see. Where is this? It's a video I've downloaded from on YouTube because I have YouTube Premium. I'm sort of a
Giga Chad.
lord, a noble, if you will.
Yes.
This video is entitled Warning Video. Please, if you do not like what we are doing, then stay the fuck away. By S. Foot Continuation. Yeah.
I'm back
Now
again. This time it's
Yes.
another second warning video. Something bad just happened. I got 2 flags on my YouTube channel, so I'm really a bit mortified. I was almost in tears. I'm doing my
Mortified.
job in this community,
Almost
but
in tears.
There's a lot of fucking assholes out there. Whoever these people are that are flagging this need to go fuck off. And the point is, I made up a decision where I'm going to start doing all my videos on private. The foot fetish ones, the driving ones, I guess.
The foot fetish ones.
I'm still getting hard things from YouTube. YouTube is nothing but a bunch of totalitarian dictators who really don't care about.
Oh my god. Got his Piggly Wigglies out.
And rude and sick, and they're probably Pakistani or God knows what. Some Muslim country less.
Bruh.
Or figure for typical women, this stuff's offensive to women. First of all, it's a man thing only, and for men. And let's keep it.
Foot fetishes.
His fucking camera just getting more and more out of focus.
He's breathing into the camera so much.
Our community should be shut down.
Okay, we gotta take a second to
Yeah, okay.
parse
Process
what just
it.
happened because I don't know how well people can hear. So this guy, this bald guy, and he's like, they put 2 strikes on my YouTube channel. I'm mortified here. I didn't watch this whole video before. I just watched like about this much.
Yeah.
And he's like, they're taking down the foot fetish videos. And then like in the middle of him talking about this shit, he like pans the camera down and he does a little crinkle with his feet.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then like he pans back up to himself and
like, this
he's
is a
like,
man's thing.
YouTube is a bunch of totalitarian dictators.
They're probably in
They're
Pakistan
probably
or some Muslim
Pakistani
country.
or some other Muslim country. and then he's like, women, they're getting so pissed off about this is a man thing.
It's for men only.
It's for men only. This foot fetish account is for men only.
And as we've continuously said, this camera is like right up on his face.
Yeah, he like keeps breathing onto like the lens, and like his breath is so moist that it's like
It's fogging it up and you can't
it's
see his face
fogging
anymore.
up. Yeah, it looks like he's a filter over it.
Be shut down. Okay, anybody who fucks with us Foot Brothers should be shut
Foot
down.
Brothers.
We should
Anybody
down
who
their
fucks
faces.
with us-
Anybody who harasses us, we need to really step one notch higher and fight harder. Stop being nice. I'm not being nice no more. I love my brothers.
He's done
I love
being
you out there,
nice.
but I'm not doing anything more outside of hurting our cause, hurting our industry, and
The
hurting us.
the cause in the
industry.
industry
Many guys that want-
of
that
foot
want to
fetishes.
come out like
foot fetish vids.
like I do, like all of us do. Many guys are so thankful that what we're doing is wonderful, fun, good stuff to help our community. There's a guy in California a couple months back. He's like, I'm so fucking fed up that we're being knocked down. Our scene is being hurt. All these people, we're tired of being underground. We're tired of being out, not being outed. And this is what I'm bringing. A lot of us are out and love our feet. But we really
There we go.
It's
Got
cutting
them
back
Piggly-
down
It's
to
not
his
even
Piggly
focused,
Wigglies.
bruh.
this whole foot fetish.
There you go.
He won't get his face in focus, but I'll focus on those toes.
You know?
They're hurting us. And I'm in the car. I'm doing this wonderful podcast in the car because I'm also frustrated because now I'm decided I'm probably not going to do any more videos for a while. I might even cease permanently until I can get on.
No, don't
I'm
cease
starting this
permanently.
wonderful foot fetish business. I'm getting a site created. It should be done within 2 or 3 weeks. It's the foot
Wow.
Nice.
the worship of his feet.
He's making
Lots
gains.
of actors out there, all of you out there, I want you to all act, whether it's Houston, Texas might be where I'm going to start it. We get an office, we get a warehouse, we have a private place. We could be as private as we want, as free as we want.
gonna get fucking-
We will have fun.
Oh my
This
God.
business, not only
He's
for
gonna
you,
start a cult.
And Derek's going to help me with this because Derek's a good guy. And
Derek will help us.
he works hard
Daddy
to
Derek
do
from
videos
Cool
like
Cat?
this as well. And he's not 100% familiar with all the video making and everything, so I'm helping him with that. But he's been,
This guy's clearly an expert in
Yes, he
video
knows about his
production.
feet.
you know, we love our feet. We're not ashamed of it. We need to
That's
get
good.
out there and get our voice heard and stop these fake haters out there. Whoever
fake
they are.
haters.
Probably women, probably some straight guys out there. There's a lot of straight brothers out there who love feet that are on our pages that love male feet. So we can't say it's only them.
Nice.
It's other
Straight
guys
brothers that love male feet.
Really just are narrow-minded or just jealous. It's got to stop. Because I'm fed up now.
A gay man being jealous that his feet aren't as succulent as foot
Feet aren't as
productions.
crinkly.
Every little bit we can. We're holding on strong, and I'm going to fight for all of you. I love you all, and I'm fighting for every single one of you.
I'm glad he loves me and is fighting
I know.
for me.
The good news is my site will be out soon. The Foot Worship Wrestling. We do foot worship in the gym.
Foot worship wrestling?
Foot worship in the gym.
We should get in on that.
I mean, it's in Houston.
It's a good excuse to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Foot fetishes in MMA and karate as well. And wrestling.
Karate as
I
well.
want to see a lot of you guys wrestle. I'm trying to get
I want to see a lot of you guys
wrestling
wrestling.
ring rented for the day. Here's gonna cost like
Would it be like
$100
foot fetish wrestling? Like just wrestle with their feet?
And we can do wrestling videos, and I welcome all of you to come here. Look, if you could fly down here, I could probably help you get down here.
How big is this operation? He's gonna buy a warehouse? He's
I feel
gonna
like-
rent a wrestling ring?
I feel like everyone underestimates like fetish communities.
They're powerful, but like, He's just some random dude.
Derek and I will do the best we can because I'm helping Derek.
Is the video like almost over?
I'm helping him because
No.
he wants to learn more about
It's not even halfway.
Bruh, we're about to like watch like him just look at his feet for 5
Yeah.
minutes.
All of us are gonna act great. Derek's gonna wrestle me. I'm gonna wrestle him. I'm gonna get some other guys.
They're gonna wrestle each other.
North Carolina wants us. Let's make this big. We can have the office anywhere.
Guy in North Carolina wants to wrestle. Wants to wrestle with the stinky feet.
We gotta get the office.
And I can look into it, and we can try to this office for everybody. We can share this office for every single foot brother out there. You're all invited.
The Foot Brothers.
Hang
The
out
Foot
with us,
Clan.
play with. This is a loving family brotherhood. So this office is for everybody. I'm opening up to because the company's not only mine as a CEO, it's for all of us.
What the fuck is? How is he making money from this? What is he the CEO of?
The CEO of Foot
Having big
Worship.
crinkly feet?
Maybe.
It's the very first foot fetish corporation on the planet for all of us, and be proud and loud about it.
very first
Proud.
foot fetish
And spread
corporation.
the word,
Yes.
all of you. I need you to all spread the word because we need to stop this evil. It's gone way too far.
The evil.
The evil women in Pakistan he's trying to suppress it.
I'm going to try to look into the other VMO, and then once we get the business started with the wrestling, we could do some podcasting and sell it on Patreon or something.
Nice.
But I think YouTube is really...
That kind of defeats the
they're
purpose with the
hurting
feed.
themselves. A lot of people are hurting because their pages are being shut. Not only the foot fetish industry, somebody was doing some muscle cars and got knocked off. It's the most ridiculous thing on the planet, and it's crazy.
It's cancel culture.
I know.
Canceling all the foot fetish brothers.
Once this site comes out, everybody's welcome on it. It will be a paid membership site, of course, but that's okay because we get the real people who love free to be on this.
Nice, nice.
That's good.
This is my third rent-a-car because every week I figure a new rent-a-car so I can buy one. This is
Why he just keeps renting cars every week?
How is he gonna be the CEO and buy a warehouse if he can't buy a car?
So I hope we can all
He just keeps panning down to his stinky little feet.
Everybody on all of our pages, whether it's my page or another fellow Foot Brothers YouTube page, who are causing strife and causing a lot of
Causing strife?
and hatred towards our community.
Hatred?
Let's block them. Let's tell them to get the hell off the page. Tell them to
And tighten the
stop
thing,
bothering our
yes,
community,
yeah.
to leave us the fuck alone. Because we all gotta be tough now. We have to be tough and fight. this
Yeah,
out. We have to
fight the feet
fight.
He really,
haters.
he's like about to cry.
We won't be cowards, and we be proud of what we love and never let that stop us. Because there's a lot of people now
This
that
is
are meeting
my house.
that are really just afraid to do
Yeah.
YouTube. They're afraid to be part of this.
Yeah,
Because
that's
it's
someone
not-
running down the
it's
stairs.
Oh,
and
wow.
again, anybody without foot stuff on their profile, I'm not gonna click onto because I don't know if they're real or not. And the problem is, it pisses me off. A lot of guys don't have foot stuff on there, so if you
Damn.
don't, you're not gonna be answered.
If you don't have foot stuff, if I can't see your little tootsies,
If I can't see your feet, you're blocked.
I want to see some people with stuff on their foot channel.
I want to see your toes.
Want to subscribe and you don't have any foot stuff? Get your own channel from YouTube or develop another channel from YouTube with foot stuff. Because if you're using a regular YouTube channel you normally use and you want to do foot stuff, then start up another one. It's easy to start up another one in 5 minutes and make that a foot channel with a foot name or something.
A foot
and then make
name.
it, and then click onto me. I don't want anybody clicking on me with other stuff because other people linked onto that, and probably some of your subscribers probably don't like it or they're offended, and we're being fucked again. So I don't know.
We're being
who
fucked
knocked me
in
off.
our feet.
We don't know these things. There's
Being
no way to
feet
find
fucked.
out. But the thing about it is to save ourselves the grief, make sure everybody has foot-related stuff on their channels if they contact me or other Foot Brothers out there. Because I am going to be trying to
How do you
be
join this
consultant for
Foot
that.
Brothers
Because
community?
we
The Foot
want
Brothers.
to stop all this stupidity. Because we're trying to keep the community
How many
alive. A
views
lot
does
of
this
us are
have?
doing whatever we can to keep our beautiful community. There's a lot of Foot Brothers out there that are doing good
Has
stuff.
like 1,200
Some
views.
don't want to
Wow.
do anymore because they're hurt and they're fed up. And
He's
Yeah,
gonna
for me-
start this
but
massive
don't be
corporation.
scared.
Yeah.
We're here for all
Don't
of
be
you,
scared.
and we will fight for all of you because we are brotherhood. We are family. We are love. Love is stronger than hate. Love will.
Your love for
overtake
feet
any
will
barrier
always
that comes
Yeah.
on
Go
it.
over hate.
It's a beautiful, feel-good product for all of you out there. I promise
All
you
of
all
you.
gonna love this, and I want you all to be allowed to have fun and participate. I want all of you to come wrestle. If we can get all 1,000, 2,000,
Please show me your
guys
feet.
that want to come wrestle with us. No matter what age you are, what color you are.
No matter what age, color.
You are the true
2,000 or 3,000 if you want to wrestle with us.
you can worship whether you're fat, whether you're black, whether you're Chinese, whether you're thin. Brotherhood and love matters. Foot-related stuff is what is all about. It's all related stuff.
I think you realize how stupid he sounded.
Yeah.
We want to be naked and nervous and
I like his shirt, Hawaiian shirt.
All that stuff.
What do you just said?
No, what do you say?
Okay, hold on a second.
As much fun as you want with feet and love everything about it because the
I was too busy focusing on his shirt.
All that stuff. Oh, it's all foot related stuff. And if you love feet, then feet. You can have the cock in the pit videos if we want. We want to be naked in the office and suck each other's cock. That's great. The gay men love that stuff. Oh, it's all foot
Gay men love that stuff.
If you love feet,
They love sucking cock.
have as much fun as you want with feet and love everything about it because the feet is yours and ours.
The feet is yours and ours.
God bless us.
My
Hope you
feet.
guys Stay well.
My my feet. My toes.
Love you all. Stay well.
That's
All right.
great. Oh no, not Jarcast. Stop.
Jeez. That was an experience.
Yeah, he's sort of an iconic figure within like the mythology of
The mythology of the foot fetish
the
community.
mythology of the yeah.
Well, I do support his industry in Houston, Texas of men wrestling with each other.
Men wrestling, suck each other's cocks. You know,
Yeah.
gay people like that.
Exactly.
So- You know, naturally.
that was wild. So-
Just like, it's so like he just really, really wants to like get that wrestling thing
Yeah,
down.
I know.
Like he's trying so desperately. Like he doesn't have any money. He's renting his cars.
He's desperate. He wants to wrestle so badly. He doesn't care if you're black,
He
Chinese.
probably just like, oh, I can't afford an apartment. I'll just rent a car.
But yeah, he doesn't have his own car, bro.
Yeah, it's don't like.
This is
doesn't-
my third rental for the
can't
week.
even afford shoes.
Yeah. But never ever understood the feet thing. Just
Yeah.
especially like a grown man's like veiny, wrinkly feet.
They're like, yeah, they look even more like hands.
Yeah, exactly. So
Just big bulbous hands.
yes, but I have no words for it, to be honest. Like
It's sort of, yeah, it does speak for itself.
yes,
Sort of a bastion of the foot fetish community. The Grinch.
yeah. Do you have any favorite Christmas movies? Because Christmas is up now.
I guess Gremlins.
Gremlins is a pretty good Christmas
Gremlins is a
movie.
good
I
mo-
forgot it is a
yeah.
Christmas movie.
Yeah, I forgot about that too. Oh, yeah, I was like had to think for a second. Yeah, Gremlins, iconic classic film. In terms of having little gobos in it.
Yeah. See, my favorite Christmas movie, because I haven't seen any in like a long time.
Yeah,
Um,
the new 2018 fucking Grinch. Illumination
the fucking
Grinch.
Illumination. I saw a bit of that. I had to go. Cynthia was gonna go see her family,
Mhm.
and know what it was Cynthia had to babysit kids for a night, and I had to go pick her up. So I drove up to Edmond to pick her up and everything, and I go in there and they're watching that, and she's like, "I've seen this movie 3 times already since I've been here," and I'm like, "I would hate to watch even because I just watched like 5 minutes of it. And I was like,
Yeah.
this is terrible, you know," but not a very good movie.
It's like, I'm a grumpy little Grinch, and I'm gonna Grinch your kids.
Yeah, probably actually, my favorite movie is probably the Jim Carrey Grinch.
Yeah,
It
is a pretty good Grinch.
Yeah, I have every time I watch that one, like I always enjoy it.
Every time I watch The Grinch, I find something new to enjoy
Yes.
about it.
So, yeah,
They should have a crossover between the Jim Carrey Grinch and the
Illumination.
Mike Myers Cat in the Hat.
Oh yeah,
Who would win in a rap battle, the Grinch or a Cat in the Hat?
I remember the little characters in the Grinch. They all had like really fucked up looking faces.
yeah.
They all look like little creatures, little
Look like rat
creaturioids.
creatures.
Yeah.
So
If I saw one of those, I would kill it. That's
would
what
kill
the
it.
veterans react.
yeah,
Be like, if I saw a green thing, I'd kill it.
I'd shoot it. I wouldn't even question it.
I
That
would
ain't
not
human.
even think twice. I would shoot it until it was dead.